Grace and peace, friends and family. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I appreciate your time. I hope that you are all doing well and that you are continuing to show up each and every day as you fearlessly overcome narcissistic abuse. Yes, you, fearless one, continue to keep coming from behind. I wanted to talk to you today about the truth about the narcissist karma. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 through 2 says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted." The word clearly states that there is a season for all things under heaven. Many times you hear people, or if we're honest with ourselves, no matter how far we've come in our journey and how healed we may be, or how we think, our thinking has changed, there was a time when you wonder, when are they going to get theirs? And I think when we ask that question, it's really through the lens of hurt. It's through the lens of pain. And it's really from the depths of our soul, like we've been hurt. And you give this person that was in your life, that was part of your life. And let's just keep things in perspective. What may have felt like love to you truly wasn't love, because when you met this person, from day one, they deceived you. Deception is just the same as a form of witchcraft. They played with your mind. They assault your highest faculty, your mind. So they deceived you from day one. They selected you for this abuse. They know who they are. It's not like it's their first time being a narcissist. This is not their first rodeo. They've been down this road a couple times. And for many of them, you're not the only person in their life at that time. They selected you, they studied you, and they knew you were the right one for them. And they placed you in that narcissistic harem. That's why you're never the only one. They have different needs, and so they need different people to fulfill different needs, different levels of supply. But not only that, like they cast you for a role in this fantasy show, this fantasy play that they have going on, that you would never audition for this part, ever. Not even on your worst day. And it's just a show that just keeps on going on. And you show up and you are who you are, and you think, and because of the way the narcissist is, right, you're in that love bombing stage in the beginning. And this is where we can confuse the emotions and think that, yeah, I've got the love of my life. I've got my soulmate. I've got that one, right? That one. How many times did they tell you that, you know what, this feels so good? They lead you on and they let you know, you are my person. You are the one. I've been waiting my whole life for you. My ex could never be who you are. And they lead you down a particular path because they know this is what you want. You want a relationship. You want love. They know they can't give it to you, but they mislead you. That was never about love. But many of us who are in these entanglements, we grieve from our soul because we give the very best of ourselves. And I'm talking about the love that we have. There's nothing like being able to give a person from a pure place where you don't expect anything in return. But because I love you, because I care about you, I'm going to pour into you because I want to see you become the best that you can be, because I see all that you can be. And so I'm going to believe in your potential. I'm going to push you to be the best that you can. And we do these things out of love. Some people have given up finances. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Sometimes you give up finances to start up businesses. You give finances, you pour into projects that have nothing to do with you, but it's all their dream. It's all part of the fantasy show. Sometimes they take those finances that you're giving them, may only put a portion of it towards what they say it's for, if even that, but use it to romance other people in the narcissistic harem, or they're using it to impress other people, not even you anymore. Not even taking you out, not even spoiling you, not even doing simple things. And this happens both ways. The male and the female narcissist, they both do it. And, sometimes you find or you come across videos that will say he or she, but a narcissist is a narcissist is a narcissist. They do the same thing. But you poured out from a really pure place, whether it was your finances, whether it was your time. And the time is so personal because time is the only resource that we do not get back. And so as time goes by, and you spend time in this relationship, and I think this is where many people get, feel like they were cheated out of something, because we don't get to regenerate time. We don't get to reproduce time. We don't get to reclaim time, even though that may be a catchy phrase and something that is thrown around on the internet a lot. We can't reclaim time. We simply can't. We don't have that formula. It's not ours. And so when you grieve the loss of this relationship, and it's important to allow yourself to grieve because there's a loss here. It may not be, it may not be the love of your life, because it's the deception of your life. It's fraud. It's nothing, that you thought it was. And it's when you come into terms with the level of deceit, that they were actually talking about you behind your back when you were just there to support them. You were just there to love them. You were just there, right? And now here you are with all of these emotions and all of these feelings, and you turn around and they're skipping off into the sunset with a new supply, and you're like, what? And everything looks like it's peaches and cream on the other side. That in itself is deception, because a narcissist is a narcissist is a narcissist. What may seem to be good right now, again, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. I want to say this to you. I was thinking about this a few days ago, and I couldn't wait to come and share this conversation. I just didn't get the opportunity to. But, a lot of times when we look back and we see the narcissist skipping off into the sunset with a new love, we feel some type of way. We feel some type of way because it feels like, but why wasn't I good enough? Why couldn't I get that? First of all, let's put things in perspective one more time. You are always good enough. You have always been good enough. You will always be good enough. They just don't have the capacity to receive and to hold the person that you are. Their agenda was dark from the beginning. Remember, they started with deception. They started with witchcraft. They can't behold that which you are because they had the bar set so low. Now, when the bar is set so low and you are seated higher because you are not that, you had pure intentions, the scales were already imbalanced. So don't ever for a moment think that they're doing better there. Remember the scale is imbalanced. You are always more than enough. You did not lose anything. What you lost was dead weight. What you lost was somebody who does not actually have the heart to behold you, who cannot help you become all that God intended for you to be. There's something so precious about relationships that are reciprocal and that are healthy and that are rewarding, because you're able to get to that heavenly version of yourself with the help of those around you. Not some blood-sucking vampire or, somebody who just wants to deplete you. You never become all that you can be, but you see them skipping off into the sunset and you think, wow. And sometimes you even see them change. They keep leveling up and it looks like things are just going well. Why don't I see them? Why do I never see them get their karma? Here's the thing. The thing that you esteem, the thing that you love, the way that you value certain things, like you may value love, you may value the time that you gave into that relationship, it's not the same as what they have. It's not the same, or it will not rank the same to a narcissist. Hear what I'm saying. And let's just roll with love for a minute. You are looking at love and a narcissist as if they're in the same, you can put them in the same sentence. If you're going to put love and a narcissist in the same sentence, be sure to separate those two words with a big can't. The narcissist can't love. So you looking to see the narcissist get karma through the news supply or other people, it's not going to happen, because the narcissist does not care about love. They lack that empathy. They do not care. They do not value love the way that you do. So it's not going to happen. So if you're looking to see, the new supply left them, they lost the love of their, no, they're not going to lose the love of their life, because they don't. Supply is the love of their life. Oxygen, supply, tools, that is the love of their life. They will always take those types of losses, for the most part, in private. Sometimes we see them fall apart and they experience losses, and we think, haha, that's the karma, but it never really is. The moments where they experience karma, the moment when they experience or they pluck up that which they planted, will be in private because of who they are. It's rare, and it happens sometimes when you see where they are truly exposed for who they are, or they experience such a grand loss. The fall from glory, if we could say that, is going to be so big that, it will cause waves. But what I'm saying is that when you're looking to see the narcissist karma take place, it's not going to be ranked in the same type of equation, or it won't equate to the same thing that or in the same manner that you consider should be theirs. Because when we stepped into the relationship, the value structure was off. What you esteem, they don't. What they esteem, you don't. They put on a show when they met you. So admiration, attention, adoration, and affection, those are narcissistic supply. That's narcissistic supply. Those are the types of things. There's more, of course, that if they lose those things, that's where the greatest pain is going to be felt. But that's when they hide. They become reclusive. And so we may not always see it. And so I just wanted to share that with you, and you got to also just remember that there is always a season. God's word is true. It does not return to him void. I want to encourage you to not spend your life looking backwards and thinking, wow, I've lost so much time, because here's the thing, your latter days shall be greater. It doesn't matter how much time you thought that you lost with this narcissist. God is a redeemer. He can redeem your time. He can restore what you thought you lost. He can do so much more with the little that you think that you have. What may seem a little with you is so much more with him. He gives divine exchange. And so who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe your own belief system, or are you going to believe what God says? Remember, he's the giver of all life. And so what's in your hand, or what you think, he can multiply that. And when it comes to him and multiplication, the laws of physics, the laws of mathematics do not apply. So he can take that little and take you right into a place of abundance. He can take you to a place of overflow, including the time which we ourselves are not able to produce. All you have to do is trust the process. And so, at the end of the day, this is what I want your takeaway to be, is that it is true. Whatever you plant, you're going to reap. You always reap what you sow. It's just one of those laws. It's right here, Ecclesiastes 3 through 1 through 2. Like the whole chapter 3 talks about it, but there is always a season. There's always a season. You're not going to be winning when you treat people poorly time and time again. And this is, yes, it applies to narcissists. And I know we self-reflect a whole lot. But also consider this, like, if we continually look back, right? It doesn't feed our thoughts with anything positive. And so we end up planting seeds of, when we look back, we're planting seeds of sorrow, regret, misery. What do we expect in the future? So if you keep focusing forward, and even if you don't believe it, even if you don't see it, start planting seeds of hope. Start planting seeds of joy. Start planting seeds of love by believing in yourself, by continuing to show up for yourself, by being kind to yourself, by being compassionate to yourself. And as you do these things, let it overflow into the lives of those that are around you that love you. And watch it multiply in your life as you go forward. Yeah, the truth is, it will catch up to them. It's not up to us to control how and when. And also, we're busy living a fearless life. We're busy coming from behind. We're busy coming forth in our own purpose. We don't have time to worry about that. We have bigger things to be concerned. So I just want to encourage you as you move forward. Your best days are still ahead of you. Everything that has happened in the past is the past. It may have hurt you. It may have caused you to think that life is over. But here, you are still here. You still have a heartbeat. You may be in pain. You may be in sorrow. But you are still here. And because you are still here, there is still a purpose in you. And right here, it says, to everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. I'm going to read it again. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. If you are still here, there is a season for your purpose. Believe that and continue to move forward. Ask God to reveal that purpose. And if you already know what that purpose is, cultivate it. Plant seeds that will produce that purpose, because once you're in your sweet spot, nothing feels greater. So be encouraged, friends. Be encouraged, family. And God bless you.